Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive into A Course in Miracles. It's great to be here
Yeah.
again with you all today. And today we're taking a look at lesson 36.
Okay.
And this one is titled, My Holiness Envelops Everything I See.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And it's funny because yesterday we were talking about, recognizing our own holiness
Mm-hmm.
and kind of how that's, it's an inside job. It's not about
Right.
waiting for the world around us to change.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's about kind of shifting our perception
Exactly.
from within.
Yeah. And so today's lesson really builds on that.
Okay.
It's like, okay, so we're acknowledging this holiness within us.
Yeah.
But then what? Like, how does that actually...
Right. How does that change how we see things?
Yes, exactly.
Like, what do we do with that?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So how does this lesson kind of tackle that?
Well, it gives us this really interesting image. It says, my holiness envelops everything I see. And I think, it's kind of a statement. It's an affirmation. Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a challenge to look at everything through that lens of holiness.
But I think for a lot of people that might sound pretty abstract.
Oh, for sure.
Like, what does that actually look like
Right.
in daily life?
Well, the Course often talks about daily practice.
Yeah.
Like using these ideas almost like a mantra.
Okay.
So repeating this phrase throughout the day.
My holiness envelops everything I see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just kind of bringing it to mind. And there's even this example in the text about seeing a tree
Okay.
and recognizing that the tree's beauty is somehow a reflection of your own holiness.
So instead of getting caught up in like, oh, this tree's too tall, it's blocking my view.
Right.
It's more like, wow, this tree is magnificent. And
Right.
that magnificence is somehow connected to
Yes.
the magnificence within me.
Exactly. It's not about denying any negative feelings you might have.
Right.
It's just choosing to see through a different lens,
Mm.
a lens of holiness.
Okay, I get that.
No.
But what about when it's not a tree?
What about when it's a person you know and they're really getting on my nerves?
Yeah.
How do I apply this holiness idea to that?
That's a great question. And I think that really touches on this key idea in the Course,
Okay.
which is moving from an ego-driven perception
Mm-hmm.
to a more spiritually aligned one. The ego wants to judge.
Right.
It wants to separate, wants to say, I'm good, they're bad. But this lesson is really asking us to see beyond those labels,
Okay.
to recognize that spark of holiness,
Yeah.
even in someone who challenges us.
So it's almost like a challenge to our compassion then,
I think so.
to see the divine in everyone, even the difficult people.
Absolutely. And the lesson even gives us a tool for this.
Oh, really?
It suggests visualization.
Okay.
So imagine taking that person or even a stressful situation and picturing it bathed in golden light,
Mm-hmm.
representing your own holiness. You're not trying to change the situation,
Right.
just your perception of it.
I've tried visualizations like that before, and sometimes it feels a bit
Yeah.
fake, like I'm just pretending everything's okay.
I understand that, but it's not about pretending.
Okay.
It's about bringing a new level of awareness to the situation,
Mm-hmm.
by consciously choosing to see through that lens of holiness.
Yeah.
You might find that your emotional response actually starts to shift, even subtly.
Okay.
Maybe instead of anger, you feel a flicker of understanding or
Interesting.
passion.
So for our listeners who want to give this a try today,
Yeah.
what would be like a good starting point?
Well, how about this? Choose one person or situation that tends to trigger some stress for you.
Okay.
And just close your eyes, visualize enveloping that person or situation in golden light, representing your own holiness, and just notice what happens within you.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
great exercise.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me wonder, though, if our holiness influences how we see the world,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean we're also responsible for creating our own experiences,
Mm.
even the negative ones?
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah.
And maybe one we can even dive into more tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us today, everyone. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for another deep dive into A Course in Miracles.
Bye.